Thank you very much. So this is Clifford. This is Charlie. All right. So just thanks everyone. We're having a meeting, having a catch up, with Charlie. Charlie is a very good, friend, and he came to know the Lord, Jesus Christ. It's a year now.
About a year ago, yeah.
About a year ago.
Yeah,
Right.
about a
Okay.
year.
Right. So Charlie, just tell us, what happened? How did it, how did you come to know the Lord? What happened? Tell
Walked
me.
through the high street. No, I literally just walked through the high street and I had a chat with Clifford, and some of the things that he said hit home. Like, I'd briefly touched on it before and read the Bible, but I never really fully committed. But had a chat with Clifford, and I guess I surrendered. And then ever since, church weekly, read the Bible daily, and
Wow.
yeah, I've noticed huge changes in my life.
Fantastic. So, prior to that, you weren't really going to church, were you?
I had a couple times, but it was never like a committed thing.
Never committed,
Like I
wow.
went there and touched on it, and then I wouldn't go again for months. So
For months,
yeah.
okay, right. Perhaps maybe on Easter Day, on Easter Sunday, or Christmas Day, you probably will go.
Yeah, like just touching the surface with it, but never really
Right.
went in deep,
Right, okay. So was there something in particular that I said to you that day that really hit home, that you said, right, okay, I think it's time for me to just really surrender to Jesus Christ? Was there something at all you can remember?
I do, yeah. I remember I was going through a period where I was a single man. I'd been single for a couple of years. I was like, I'd really like to be with somebody, and then you touched on the rib of your rib, like God has somebody for you. And I was like, how are you speaking to me right now? And this is like my main thing in my head. And I was like, there's a reason you said that to me. And obviously,
Right.
I immediately thought that's God speaking through you. So I was like, okay, it caught my attention.
Oh, wow.
And then, yeah, that was that. And then it kind of changed my whole perspective on it, to stop kind of chasing it and just become a better man through God, and then the rest will kind of fall into place. So.
Fantastic. Now, so I mean, talking about the relationship as well, you've had a few relationships, but at this time, what exactly is happening to you now? What are you looking at, and then how are you?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
So I recently broke up about a month ago with somebody. They kind of now in solitude, I'm kind of being forced to grow. I'll be honest, the relationship took me away from God a little bit, but
Right.
I don't know if that's her fault, but probably it's my responsibility to stay grounded and stay in God.
Right.
So now it's just kind of finding my way back, which has been lovely. I felt a huge shift.
Yeah.
And peace,
Very good.
going through the breakup and stuff. So yeah, where I'm at with that now is I'm not really looking,
All right.
I'm looking for God,
Fantastic.
and then let the rest take over. So.
Now, I mean, I think we spoke again, which is very, very important. That we always keep in touch as well. Since we've kept in touch. We've been having conversations as well, meetings as well, discussions as well. So now, tell me, there was a time that you were, I mean, there was certain business you were doing before when you received Christ. So what happened, to that kind of line of business you were doing there?
Yeah, so I remember when I first kind of came to God about a year ago, I was kind of new to this business, and early on in the journey when you come to God, it doesn't always feel right, there's always something that feels off about it, and you do a lot of things that you probably shouldn't be doing, and you're trying to learn how to be as good as possible.
Right.
So the business was very stop-starty, some periods would be great, some would be terrible.
Right.
But yeah, as I stayed consistent with it, I've noticed recently, now, when you're trying to make all the effort yourself, it's the hardest thing to do because you can't control everything. So when you actually surrender a lot of it to God and you just do your daily work,
Wow.
and just have faith that God's going to work it out, and you live through, honestly, everything kind of changes because it's all coming from a spirit now. I think when I wasn't a Christian, I was working 14, 16 hours a day, but now it feels like I can get that amount done in 6 or 8 hours.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
because there's a clean spirit,
Wow,
and my
that's
conscience is clear, and there's a
Fantastic.
peace inside. So it's weird how it works,
Wow. Thank God for that. Praise God for that. Yeah. And I know there was a time, there was a period that even with the business as well, you had a relationship, that wasn't going very well. It was going to be, pear-shaped, and that as well, affected the business as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Financially, I noticed a huge decline in everything. Yeah. And I remember you telling me about that. You was if you're not careful, it can do that to you.
Affect the business.
And it did, but praise God now. That's not the case.
That's not the case.
No, that's not the case. Things are very good.
Wonderful.
My relationship with God is stronger than ever.
Praise God.
Even though it's like I had some time away, but I came
Yeah.
back and it was God was waiting there with open arms.
Wonderful.
And kind of like straight back in, like no tiptoeing through it, just like straight back in. And
So you got this commitment, with Jesus Christ right now, serving the Lord, and you're just, going to church, and business is doing very well. So,
Yeah.
and that is where you just really want to be in your life right now, isn't it? Yeah, the best place.
yeah, I'd say so. Just like keeping God at the center of everything, just doing what I need to do every single day. Being a better man, working on my flaws from the relationship, like actually taking a look in the mirror and praying on that, and kind of following what God is telling me what to do, and just keep on doing what I'm doing until God tells me otherwise.
Fantastic. So, I mean, what would you say to someone out there who says, really, this is not for me at all, and I don't think it's, I don't think it's, this Christianity thing, or.
Say that again.
I said, what would you say to somebody who is out there who maybe perhaps would say, wow, this Christianity thing is not for me, or this, Jesus thing is not for me? What would you say?
I'd say try it. I'd say try it, and I'd say actually commit to it as well. Like actually really give it a go. Like don't just go to church once like I did, and then think everything would change. Like you do have to commit to it. But at the same time, the first time I ever walked into a church, I felt it. I felt it. So
Wow.
God's always ready for you, but sometimes you need to be ready for God. But you can make yourself ready for God. So.
And again, don't forget, we met just on the street, on the high street here, you might want to show them the high street as well. So we met.
Literally right there, by that tree.
Just by that tree, just by the tree there, that's where we met.
I'll be honest, I met you and I was like in a bit of a bad place, and I was hungover, and I was like, I needed to hear this, and then it changed everything for me. So it's probably the best hangover of my life.
Okay, you did come with me to church, last week when I was ministering at one of the churches, there, and one of the things that I was sharing with them was about having, why are you here? Right? Why are we here? So I know it's something that we'll come to about and discuss more.
Yeah.
I think really. Would you say that you are beginning to have an idea of why God brought you into this world? You are here. Is that?
Yeah, I think since since I became a Christian, essentially, like the whole purpose of my work changed.
Fantastic.
I work in recruitment. I'm helping companies build great products. I'm helping designers and engineers find great jobs, and
Wonderful.
like when you're helping somebody find a better job or a new job and new project, you're bringing increase to their life.
Yes.
And that in itself. I never really saw that purpose before. I only really saw money. But now I see it from a service standpoint, and then when I look at it that way, instead of thinking about the money, all of a sudden there's more money.
More money. That's it. So you're helping people, and in helping people you're getting rewarded as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think it's like changing the mindset from just strictly financial to service.
Yes.
And I know that God can work through me through this, because I'm helping people find better jobs, receive more money, find happier jobs. That is a huge part of everybody's life.
Exactly.
So I think there's a lot of purpose in that.
Praise God. That's it. All right. So that's. Thank you very much, Charlie. Thanks for just time for sharing with us, what Jesus has come to do in your life now. So, listen, Jesus is changing people's lives every day. And then don't forget that he cares about you, and he wants to have a relationship with you. And if you commit to him, when you give your life to Jesus Christ, he turns everything around completely. And there's so much to gain. There's got peace. You have peace. Charlie, like he says, he's got a lot of peace in his heart right now, and a lot more is coming his way, and a lot more has come my way, and a lot more is still coming our way as well. So get to know Jesus, Christ, personally, and all you have to do is just connect with Jesus, connect with God through Jesus Christ, and that will bring peace, joy, and purpose in your life as well. In Jesus' mighty name. God bless you. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.